Now it's working.
Hello.
Now the receiver was
Can you
not
guys
on.
hear me now?
Yes. Well, that's what we'd like to ask.
I'm asking you.
We don't know. No, so the new name of the show is not This Week in Twit. It's called Inside Twit.
So I don't know who was doing the.
Well, it wouldn't have been in-house. It would be so. So here's how I just found this out myself.
You did?
Yeah.
You didn't know that it was all community driven?
No, I knew that. But we locked it down. I guess we were having a big spam problem. So we locked wiki.twit.tv down.
I believe so.
So in order to have edit privileges, you need to request them. We would love it. That's much better. Thank you. We would love it if you know, you listen to a show on a regular basis and you'd like to help. You don't, I mean, with the show notes, it doesn't mean you have to take it over and it's all yours. But in order to do that, you need to get an account, and you need to email Colin@twit.tv and say, you know, hey, I'd like to help with the show notes on a show. And it doesn't have to be I'm going to do it every day. It could just be I'd like to help. If we get enough people doing that, then we can get good show notes. The reason we just don't have enough staff to do show notes, apparently. They're busy, you know.
I don't disagree with that, but I think we could have our producers put in from our rundown. Can't they copy and paste into the wiki? It's pretty simple.
Don't look at me. I'd love to do
that. Hey, Liz, since you're TDing this, would you put that on our agenda for Thursday? That we start having our
staff
producers cut and paste their show notes? I don't see why we can't start there, and I completely agree. If we have people in our community that want to help with it, we'd be happy to give you access.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we could do is we could get, for instance, I always get raw notes from Steve, and I didn't put them in this week, but I could put them in right now. I will. The raw notes, and then if somebody wants to get in there and clean them up or add or enhance, that would be fantastic.
I have an accessory.
So it's wiki.twit.tv, but email Colin@twit.tv for access.
I agree. I think we should email Colin, and we'll start.
Burke says that most shows are up to date, so thank you for those of you who've been helping.
Yeah, I thought Burke had been working on that. So Wait a
minute. TN says for $300 a week, he or she would transcribe all the shows. You know how many shows we do, right, TN?
Do you really understand how many shows we do?
Because that's a good deal.
I'm open to that.
That would be like $18 a show
if you want to email Lisa@twit.tv with that proposal, I'd love to talk to you about it.
Yeah, Lisa, for those of you who just who don't know or just tuning in, Lisa is the CEO of Twit and my business partner. And in fact, everything that has happened to Twit over the last 4 or 5 years really is due to Lisa. I was, you know, when she arrived, I hired Lisa because
I would disagree a little with that.
Not everything, but when I hired Lisa because I had screwed the books up so royally that my accountant says, you got to get somebody in here to do this. And he said, there's 2 people I recommend. Really, I only recommend one of them, but I give you 2 people just in case. And Lisa was the one. And I interviewed her, and I said, you're great, you're hired. It was a part-time job to fix the books, but this was something you specialized in.
Yeah.
And then after a few months of working with you, we were really happy with the job you were doing, basically as a CFO. But I went to you and I said, I think we need to hire a full-time CFO. So do you have any names you could recommend? And she said, well, I'd be interested. I said, you're hired. It's good.
I
wasn't a
full-time
job
title at 2 other companies at the time, but
yeah, you had other clients and so forth.
I had about 30 different clients and a few employees, but this was a little bit more fun to work at.
Well, and that's why I feel very grateful, because you gave up your business, you gave up employees, and you came on full-time. Eventually, you came on full-time with us. And that was the point.
For 4 years.
Yeah, and that was the point where Twit just kind of exploded, where we built the studio, we added a lot of new shows, we started hiring people. We went from, I think when you started, there may be 5 or 6 employees, something like that.
About 5 employees, I believe.
To 25 or more now.
Yeah, we are close to 25. We also have a lot more independent contractors with us than we used to before. We have a little bit more infrastructure here than we used to. So, yeah, definitely.
So her investment, Loquacious, is not financial. She is not invested in the company, but certainly sweat equity. She's put in a lot.
Gosh, I was going to say, I might as
well. You can invest with time. You can invest with time. In fact, she would have gotten off easy if she could have just put money in it. We never needed investment, financial investment. What we needed was the expertise that she brought as a business person. Because I'm not and never will be a good business person. I don't want to be a business person. I think this is not unusual in startups.
It's not what you like to do either. So why would you want to do it? It's what I like to do, and it's not always easy for me, but it's definitely something I enjoy doing, and I believe I'm pretty fair. So.
She's very good at it. So and I think almost all startups have somebody who is a product person slash, you know, the original vision, and then there's somebody who really knows how to run the business. Because if you are the product person, you don't have time to run the business.
Right. And I mean, we've evolved over the last 4 years.
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. What do you want? I'm eating my mic.
Just pot her up.
I'm not really sure how much more I can eat my mic. I'm the loudest person here, so I'm kind of amazed that you can't hear me. But you know, I mean, we're growing this network, and this year we've taken on inside sales, and we're still growing that. So, you know, I do want to throw out to the chat room, and as well as to anybody else, if they have any suggestions as to new advertisers for our network, we definitely are open to that. We have a small sales team now, so we were just talking about next year and what we're going to do there. And we're really excited. And, you know, with all of our new shows, we're trying to find new advertisers that make sense with our network. So definitely open to suggestions.
And by the way, we're watching the chat room for your questions. I'm also watching Twitter at Leo Laporte. If you tweet me, I can also answer questions.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
Gakuse says, is there any way you can make advertising money from live and or overseas viewers?
Well, we do. You know, right now we do have a base that we bill for our live metrics. We're working on a way to actually count those, which is what I want to do, and really have a baseline as to who our audience is as we're watching the shows and consuming at that time. And we do bill for our international downloads or global downloads, which is roughly, depends on the show, about 30% of our viewers. They want to know what the numbers are on the new shows.
They're doing all.
They're all doing pretty well.
The problem with numbers initially is, first of all, it takes a while for the numbers to ramp up. You know, the most viewers and listeners are in the first week, but then there are more each week. There's a long tail. So it's not until really a show's been out for a couple of months that we really can kind of get a sense of how a show's doing. But I would say Know How is the most successful of the three right out of the box.
Yeah, I would say it has a little bit of a higher download metric to it right now, but I'd like to see how they stabilize over the first 3 months. But we have traction on all three, and the sponsors are starting to come out on all three shows. I'm trying to package them for fourth quarter.
Right.
We have a few sponsors for Know How and the Enterprise Show, and I'm really working for one sponsor for i5. I really don't want to have more than one.
It's too short a show. It's hard to put sponsors on a show before it's launched because they haven't seen the show. They don't know. We don't know what the numbers are going to be. So most shows do launch without a sponsor. It's unusual to have a sponsor on early, you know, in the first month or two of a show. I think we're very happy with all three shows.
I've been actually changing that. I launched Before You Buy with a sponsor.
That's
the Enterprise Show was launched with a sponsor.
That's right.
So I disagree with that. I think the idea of waiting a few months to build an audience doesn't make sense. I think if you have the right product for a specific show, it's worth trying. Yeah. And so far, it's worked half the time that I've done it. So I don't mind opening it up.
i5's doing very well.
It's doing, yeah.
The standards for This Week in Enterprise Tech aren't the same because it is a very targeted show. It's actually also doing very well, but it doesn't have to do quite as well because it's such a specific audience. We hope that we can get enterprise advertisers who really, you know, if you think about it, if somebody is selling an enterprise product, they only need to sell it to 5 people for it to be a huge success. So if it's the right 5 people, it's 5 CIOs watching the show. That's, you know, that really is leverage. So a smaller but highly qualified audience on an enterprise show really is much more valuable than, say, a larger, say, iPad audience where you're not really sure what you're
Well, that show is going to be sold out for fourth quarter, so it's doing quite well. Yeah. With regards to the enterprise audience, we don't really have any enterprise shows. So I'm finding it's doing really well. People are very drawn to Father Robert, so it's actually working out.
He's great. He's a discovery.
Can we have our bobbleheads? Can I have a bobblehead?
you can be a bobblehead.
I want a bobblehead.
Robert is just such a talent. He's a real discovery. I'm really thrilled. I'm just sad that the church got to him before I did.
Well, we seem to have pulled on him a little bit.
He can't stop dancing, can he?
No, I love that.
He's a dancing fool. Dancing fool. What do I mean by standards? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean by what do I mean by standards.
What do you mean by standards?
I don't know. Did I mention the word standards? I don't know.
Well, standards for the type of show, because it was Enterprise.
Gizwiz numbers have not come up in ratings, as far as I know.
I haven't looked at them since we shifted it to Tuesday, so I don't want to say that.
We have made that show so much better, I think.
Did you guys see yesterday with Leo in that outfit?
I just feel like that show is so good now. But, you know, I've always thought it was a good show. It's, you know, one of the things that's unfortunate is that what I think of the quality of a show doesn't often have that much to do with how well the show does. And ultimately, it's what you think that matters, not what I think.
I do have one question. Is our wrestling match available yet for download?
Are you going to make a TWiT special out of the sumo
Yeah,
wrestling?
we were supposed to, remember?
I don't know.
I don't want audio. I want to watch it. Oh, okay. That's
Video
good
is
to know.
still processing, they say.
You know, more cross promotion. What do you guys recommend if you think we need more cross promotion? I think we
started doing promos. I would like to see that promo run more throughout the. We only run it on TWiT now, right? The intent was to have that promo run all the time.
I thought the promo would run through. You know what? Hey, put that on the production meeting again.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things.
That's something somebody dropped the ball, because that was supposed to be run all the time. But cross promotion, what we've asked all the producers to make notes on every show of a highlight from that show, which we can then work into promos or work into other shows. We really want to do that. We understand that that's something we need to do better. Okay,
so the Sumo Wars is being uploaded now, so hopefully the video will be available tonight.
We do need more shows to submit clips. I agree. It's kind of on the producer of the show to do that.
I really like the promo that we've been putting out on TWiT, but
I love it.
We have to do more.
And I'm going to run a little higher on the show too, because I think I've been running towards the end of the show. I think it should run higher. Oh no, I could see this coming already.
What? Yay! I want my own.
You have your own.
Oh, is my head already bigger? There we go. Well, I was looking over here in this one.
Make it bigger still.
Make it bigger. I want to make my head look. It doesn't look that much bigger.
Well, it's a subtle effect.
Is it subtle? How come yours doesn't look so subtle?
Because I already have a big head. Now you've got a giant head.
Yeah.
The problem is the microphone.
Baby. I know the microphone. That's what's throwing me.
Yeah, just move it a little bit down out of the shot.
Out of the shot. There we go.
And then you have to shout.
And what?
It worked out really
good on the. You really need to be wearing a dark.
Yeah.
There you go. It's just where the mask is. That works pretty well.
There we go. Let me pull my head back.
And then you can't move your head.
I can't move my head. Just move my hands. That's so bad. You guys like that? This is what I'm gonna look like in 50 years. I'm kidding. Leo.
Fortunately, I'll be dead by then.
There. Is that attractive? What do you think, Leo?
Where's Ozzy? Here, give me Ozzy.
No, he's right
Make
here.
Ozzy's head big. Ah! Giant dog head.
All right. What else have we got? Big head Oz. Yes, this is the future of TV. Giant bobbleheads.
You know, I think I've told this story before, but when I first started thinking about, I think I was talking with Amber MacArthur about doing video, I said it's got to be big head video, because at the time people would be watching on really small devices like an iPod, and I figured if we do a normal shot where like this, where there's a lot of detail and a lot of small stuff, on the iPod you won't see anything. So I said everything we do is going to be all head. It's going to be giant heads and not much background, not much set, just giant talking heads. And that was going to be the Big Head Video Network. And now my dream is finally a reality. Broadcast day. What about the idea of saying a broadcast day with a set time to rebroadcast? Well,
what do you mean a set time to rebroadcast?
That's what we've been talking about. Whatever happened to that idea where we would record from, say, 11 to 6?
We interrupt too much, and we actually...
We're kind of doing that.
The TriCaster couldn't handle it.
We do that. So what happens now?
We do it to the best of our ability.
Is we press record, and we record, and we'll stop, and then start again for the next show. Start with minimal interruptions in between, and then the reruns are that day's programs, recordings, boom, boom, boom. So that's kind of what we're doing right now.
You know,
Huh?
We're not putting I-5 raw in the reruns.
I-5 can't be because that's heavily edited.
Right.
Yeah. But so
well,
yeah,
I still think we should have a show called In Between the Shows, and it be all the little clips that happen between shows.
Right, but if you watch your reruns, you should now be getting pretty much the whole day.
For the most part.
My hands are so small.
I know. We got
little baby hands.
Little hands. Okay. What else have we got?
Shows take a long time to set up, so there's less time for the show. Can the following shows...
I don't think shows take that much time to set up. I mean, it depends on the show. We now have a new set that takes a little time to set up, but for the most part, I don't think it's that. Setup takes that long. It depends on what show you're on.
It's the way it is. You know that, Big Ginge, but this is a guy who watches constantly, so he knows that. If you just want the show, you should download the show and you just watch it. But if you're watching live, you're watching. I mean, that's how it is. That's what the conceit is what you're watching live is watching the show set up and what's going on in between. That's what we're doing.
Well, you know, we try to have reruns, but we can't always complete them before the next show starts because sometimes they take a little bit longer to put out. So it's just, you know, we have to interrupt them for our live programming. It's
really, the real issue is that, and I would think you would know better, Big Ginge, because you've been watching a lot, this is not a television station. So don't confuse it with a TV station where you tune in and at top of the hour the new show's on and then it ends exactly at the bottom of the hour and the next show begins right away. This is not that. And in fact, nobody does that live anyway. Nobody could do that live. So
whatever happened with our daily news update that was supposed to happen at 1 o'clock?
IAS was supposed to do that. You know what? We have a really lazy news department. They go home at 10:45.
No, 10:50.
They're done. Sarah sticks around a little bit.
And so does
really,
IAS.
IAS actually does, but mostly it's just don't let the door hit you on the.
I kind of would like to see that happen, though. I think we really need a little update.
Was the plan was have a 2 p.m. News update?
Was it 2 or 1?
Well, 1.
I thought it was going to be 1 p.m. because of the
12:55, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I need to start kicking some butt.
So CGP wants to know. He says some time ago you mentioned that.
I missed it.
You might gear some programming toward education.
I think we're working on that.
We're working on it. I'm very interested. You know, after what Tim O'Reilly talked about, we're very interested. My inspiration came from talking to Lady Ada of Adafruit, and then watching the Mars Curiosity. I realized that maybe our mission even is to do STEM education, and I want to do a better job of that. So the question was, well, do we put some educational, you know, some science, technology, engineering, and math shows in between our stuff, or do we kind of create a new channel? And we're just kind of trying to think about that.
Yeah, we're definitely kicking those ideas around.
I'm excited. We are going to do something. It takes a while. It won't be till next year, but I'm pretty sure we're going to do something along those lines.
Well, especially now that we're able to launch new shows and we're taking the time to not focus on going to a bunch of live events and really focusing on our network, I think it's going to open up some more ideas. And our goal is to launch a few new shows every quarter if possible. Yeah. I think the next round of shows may not be till next year, just given timing with launching these 3 and building up our sales team and what we're doing. It's definitely going to be coming down.
And anything we do will be absolutely school friendly. If we can develop courseware, we will, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But I don't want to make it an educational channel. I think it's going to be educational in the way that
with some entertainment value.
Yeah,
to
like
it.
Vi Hart's videos on YouTube are education.
Well, you do know we got approved from the state of California for people that watch TWiL.
So
yes,
TWiL
the
is now
approval
an
has come in. It's an educational podcast that you can actually watch now and receive credit for. And I believe Glenn is going to be posting something on that with regards to what it's going to require and what it takes to get credit for watching TWiL. So we are working on, I believe, New York and Massachusetts and a couple other places next.
So lawyers can get continuing education credits. Law students can get credit for watching This Week in Law. And that is a great model for what we're doing. Big Ginge, to answer your question, the nature of this setup is that we, in fact, don't have the capability of setting up people's Skypes and stuff until we have control of the board. So we can't set up stuff too much. We set up as much as we can ahead of time, but really we have to be set up live because of the system that we have. It doesn't happen. You can't, for instance, get somebody on Skype until I'm done. with the other show because you just can't.
Right. You have to move it.
Yeah.
Because you only have so many Skype channels.
You're not going to do a show about camcorders, I promise you. But, because I think they're pretty much dead. But, somebody said that I thought you would like this, Lisa. How about a show on, I think, video production? And that we might do.
That if we do something on a show on video production, I think it should be small bites. I think it should be 7 to 10
We're thinking about
minutes.
ways to do that, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to start considering a lot of different shows.
Now, Wenko says, I want more technical stuff. Every show I see is way too basic. Wenko, you're probably just too smart for this network.
I disagree with that. Why can't we do more technical?
Well, I don't know. If you listen to Security,
Russell in here.
Have you ever listened to Security Now?
Yes.
You ever watched TWiT?
Yes.
Those are pretty technical shows. If he wants more technical than that, he's going to have to go somewhere else.
I disagree.
You're not going to get a show.
What do you mean more technical?
Well, I'm just saying, if you think that is not technical enough for you, you're too smart for this network. You should go somewhere else. Why don't you switch our heads? See
can you switch the heads?
See how that works. The reason, I love the wireless Countryman. I've been, for a long time.
And I notice how he loves it so much that I'm stuck holding a microphone.
Well, it's just hard to get. This is why we don't use them.
Because,
it's a real pain in the butt to get it on and to get it right. And most people don't use it right.
I would much rather have that than
Well, get her a Countryman. But most people...
It took them like 2 minutes to put it on the last time I sat here. I don't understand why it's so hard.
Most people, if you ever watch TWiT Photo, you'll know why we stopped using the Countryman. I use it whenever I can because I know how to use it and I know how to keep it in the right place. And I'm monitoring. I mean, part of the reason I can use it is because if I do that, I know because I can hear it. And so the problem is most of our hosts are not wearing headphones.
And see, I would much rather have that because I like to talk with my hands and I'm stuck holding this and the other hand's on the dog. No, that's okay. I think
the mic
we're good
that
for
I'm
this
wearing
one.
is $600 some, something like that.
So what else have we have to update, our audience?
We know that sound is 75% of the shows, and we spend a lot of time on
sound.
Sound
is extremely
important. If you've ever watched me live during something like TWiT Photo, you've probably seen the steam come out of my ears. We've had some very difficult times. It's hard to use the Countryman well. Is there hope of getting more live programming on Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays?
What would you guys be looking for? That's got to be more of an entertainment thing. Friday nights really, it's kind of a dead night for TV, but I'm open for something fun.
I've all along been thinking of big shows on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The original idea for Game On was a Friday night show with a LAN party, and then we made it Sunday night. So the idea was that would be Sunday night, and then we were going to do radio theater on Saturday nights. We're going to do video, we were going to do the variety show that you. The variety show on Saturday nights, and then I was thinking of I was going to do Game On Friday and do radio dramas on Sunday night.
So basically, Leo was never going to sleep or ever have a personal life outside of
the time.
TWiT, which I'm okay with, but to a degree, I kind of like getting away.
Yeah. Lisa's also my girlfriend, so she has some vote in the matter.
I have some vote in that matter. Are we have you thought any more about doing the help and how to? Should we even mention that with regards to after like Christmas? Are we still thinking of doing something fun?
Okay, so Lisa and I are having a little fight.
We weren't having a fight.
A little disagreement.
Okay, Leo originally planned the day after Christmas that we would be on air live for 24 hours and we would help people set up whatever it is they got for Christmas.
We were going to do...
it would be a help and how-to 24-hour slumber party, and people could either bring their projects in that, something they have to put together for their kids or something, and be live from like noon to noon. After Christmas.
For those who remember the call for help-a-thons we did on Tech TV, we were going to do that.
We're just
and then... Then I thought, the date was never in stone, and I said, well, why don't we do that on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, no.
So this is, Lisa's really not happy about this. So the idea was we started at noon on New Year's Eve and go through noon New Year's Day, or maybe not so long, but anyway, we would every hour, it would be New Year's Eve, it would be Happy New Year in New Zealand, then Happy New Year in Australia, then Happy New Year, and so we would have check-ins from our audience around the world each hour. Happy New Year! So we'd have a New Year each hour, and then we do other stuff in between.
I didn't like the day.
She didn't want to do. That's good. Look at my figure.
Oh, I can't pick my nose.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, do it again. Ready?
Come here.
No, don't pick my nose. Go ahead, pick your nose.
Oh gosh.
You don't need that anymore here.
Okay. No, I don't know. I kind of like to try to have a little bit of a life. I thought after Christmas is when people are shopping and returning things and they have nothing better to do than be here and we could do this. And I think New Year's Eve, there's traditions, there's families, there's holidays.
I just
don't think
audience
that's a quality
does not
time.
do anything on New Year's Eve.
Well, I don't disagree with it has to be a big thing, but I'm referring to, I was thinking also of our staff and people that have families and traditions and plans and want to like go on holiday. So,
you think the day after Christmas is better than New Year's Eve?
Well, I think it would give us an opportunity to actually grab people that can't come in on New Year's Eve because they have other plans. So I think we have the opportunity of getting more people to drop by. That's just my opinion.
Everybody's agreeing with you that we should do that.
But, you know, what did I tell you after that? We had a little talk after that, and I said, you know what? Any day you want to do it, I'm here. So if you want to do it
No, that's not what you said.
I'm here.
You said do it any day you want, but I'm not here on New Year's Eve.
No, I said that
specifically.
I said that in public, but then afterwards, when we
Afterwards?
talked, remember when we talked afterwards? And I told you, if you really want to do that New Year's Eve, I'm in. I told you that.
Look, what says. Leo is correct, but Lisa does have a good point. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what? You must have been married for a long time to say that. No, I did. I told them later. I said, if that's really what you want to do on New Year's Eve, I'm here and I'm in.
So we'd need to be live 7 a.m. So we could actually do it New Year's Eve,
and then we. Great idea.
What?
Why don't we just do it from 6 p.m. until 1 o'clock?
No, it'd be the other way around. We start at 7 a.m. New Year's Eve morning because that's when their New Year's Eve. That's midnight in Australia, and we end at midnight in the U.S. and we have a nice midnight in California, and then we go to bed.
7 a.m. till midnight.
Yeah.
That's almost.
That's.
Why don't we start?
No,
noon
we were
to
talking.
noon?
That's 17 hours. We were talking 24.
Yeah, I know. What about like noon to noon? Like start at noon and end at midnight. Then we've covered half the world.
I want to cover the whole world. I want Hawaii.
Okay. Well, so wait, what was the gauge from the chat room? Did they like the day after Christmas?
It seemed they liked Boxing Day better.
Or did they like
It seemed like they liked Boxing Day better.
Well, I'm just thinking of trying to get people here. I bet you I could talk anybody and drop
Cardo says the way we did it in the service was married guys got Christmas Eve off and unmarried guys got New Year's Eve off.
That's smart. That's fair. I agree with that. You know what? I'd even do it Christmas Eve. You want to show somebody how to put something together for the next big day?
See, and then Holy Guyver says, I agree on New Year's, everybody will be with family the day after Christmas.
Yeah, I'm not. The day after Christmas is when you're recovering.
I think Boxing Day is actually going to probably. I just like the idea of a rolling New Year's Eve. You know, every hour.
I got a great idea.
Who watches Rockin' New Year's Eve?
Okay, I got a great idea.
We would be the new Ryan Seacrest.
Let's do the help and how to after Christmas, and then let's have a New Year's Eve party that we stream.
We could do that.
Why don't we just do that?
So now you've screwed up
two
whole evenings.
Hey, I'm down for that if it's fun. We just have a big party. Hey, if we invited all of our fans to come here on New Year's Eve and celebrate with us,
I think we could have a great party.
We could have a great party. We could
that was
stream
kind
it
of
for
my
an
idea
hour.
was to be just an hour. I get it.
Couple hours. Well, we don't. How much do we have to stream for the party? Well, I don't care. We can stream the whole party, but we don't have to do anything huge.
Tony says, why don't we just not do 24 hours? At all, do 6 hours each.
I agree.
Tony
That's
wants
what I was
to go
thinking.
home.
From 6 o'clock at night till midnight.
Anyway,
New Year's
you
Eve.
can see why we were debating this.
I wasn't debating. I was kind of ticked.
Well, we were going to have we were going to have live bands. We were going to have. I don't know if you remember the call for helpathons, but it's an event. People wearing jammies, lots of calls. It would have been really fun.
I still think we can do that. Just do it after Christmas instead. Your call.
We could close the street off and have street
I said
dance.
It's completely your call, and I said that live.
Wow.
I completely agree with whatever he wants to do. I'll do it.
That's because she beat the crap out of me in her sumo suit.
I did.
So she knows who's in charge.
No, I have enough respect for you. If whatever your decision is, I'm behind you 100%.
Did you see the editor's production meeting on YouTube? Did we actually make a YouTube video out of the editor's production meeting?
Did
they post that on YouTube?
They post them all the time. They're hilarious.
Not Tfue.
No,
was it a fake Tfue? Or, I mean, was it a fake meeting or was there actual meeting?
Yeah, so we'll talk. I'd like to catch you up on what the editors did, but not on air. Not live.
Because she's afraid that I will blow my stack.
Well, I kind of blew my stack. So, frankly, I'd like to tell you off air.
Oh, dear.
He's going to look it up now. Yeah, they got in trouble. So, I yelled at them.
People liked it, though.
The editors are funny, but they kind of stepped a little out of their element a little too far.
When did that happen?
I'll talk to you after.
I'm not necessarily against that idea. I actually liked it. You know, Google.
You want to know what they did?
That's the sumo match.
Yeah, see, I already had the hair. I didn't need
the chat room. The chat room liked it.
So what are we going to do next time? What's our next stunt? What should we dress up as? In
the PayPal thing. What was the PayPal thing?
That's what they got in trouble for.
What did they do? Ask for money?
Yes.
Did they get it?
Yes.
They solicited for money?
Yes, they did.
And they got money?
And they got money, and they had to refund it, and that's when they got in trouble.
When did that happen? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, they...
When did this happen?
Dun, 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 dun.
No, seriously, when did that happen?
It just
a while
happened.
ago?
No, it just
And
happened.
they had to refund it?
I made them refund it.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I found out about it yesterday, and I meant to tell you. I haven't seen you. I'm sorry.
That's pretty funny.
I haven't told you because we haven't talked.
No, they try to keep me when stuff like that happens.
No. Seriously,
They try to keep me out.
Seriously, this happened yesterday that I found out about it, and I said refund it, and I was planning on talking to you.
See,
and
nobody in the chat room minds. Nobody's very upset.
It was, yeah, I was upset, and we were going to have this conversation. I didn't want to have it on air though.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
Talked yet. I haven't seen you since I found out.
How funny.
Yeah, it's not funny. It was it's actually a serious thing. So they got in trouble.
Did they set up a PayPal account?
Yes, they did. Yeah, I found out yesterday. So I apologize for not telling you yet, but I wanted to tell you off air.
That's hysterical.
It's not really
They
funny.
are naughty.
They're in trouble.
Whose idea was it? I want to spank him.
Jeff, come here. I need you to lay
I'm
across
gonna
my
put
lap.
him over my knee.
I'm gonna put over my knee. That'd be funnier. It's
okay.
gonna be like purple, you know.
I want Jeff. I want you to put you over Lisa's knee. It was just
Jeff?
money for breakfast.
Did Jeff come in? Tony, can you get Jeff?
Tony's volunteering to be spanked.
Come here.
I was not involved.
Oh yeah, Tony was. Come here.
She's gonna spank you.
A literal spanking.
Yes, right here. Across my knees. I don't care, whichever way you can fit.
It's gonna be good.
Okay, bend over.
You've been a very bad boy. For those of you just tuning in,
Whoops, he knocked out my ear.
You see what I'm saying? That's why we don't use those. How much money did you raise?
24,000.
No. So
did you at least have a book for Diamond Club?
Can we get Jeff a mic? Because I at least want him to explain what he did on air since I haven't talked to Leo yet.
Can you hear me?
It doesn't bother me at all. I think it's hysterical.
No,
so what
it
did
bothers
you do?
me.
There may be legal ramifications.
There is legal ramifications.
Yeah. So that's
we never took possession of the money. So
that's what Al Capone said.
Speaking. Sorry.
This is better. This is on air than in private because
good because then he doesn't.
So
think
you broadcast the editors meeting, which I think is great.
No, you thought we were talking about what? It's on.
Hold on.
No, it's on. It's fine. What are you doing?
Okay.
I hear him.
We broadcast one of our editor meetings. You thought we were talking about that. She was talking about this.
This was something else.
This was something else.
We just had a meeting, we just did a meeting.
I like the idea of broadcasting the editors meetings.
That wasn't
you
for
have my
money.
permission to do that. What time of the day is that, though?
No, we taped it and just put it up on Inside TWiT.
Oh, that's fine.
This isn't this. This
no,
is a
no.
different
They
thing,
decided to set up a PayPal account
This is
and
a different
ask
thing.
for donations.
And where was that?
That's gone. That's been. We kind of did a parody of the brick wall.
I think that's a parody.
We said Send in $1. We'll put your name on a Post-it note out in the loading dock.
Soupy Sales got in big trouble for doing that.
We just asked for $1.
They didn't.
That's what he asked for. He said, "Okay, kids." He was a children's show host.
I know who that is.
He said,
but these guys
"Go to Daddy's wallet, take out $1, and mail it to Soupy Sales."
That's kind of what this was about.
And we said we'd make some money for breakfast so we could brainstorm for a tefu.
And how much money did you get?
Well, we would have made like $20, but one person sent in $100.
Oh, see, because people really love you guys, and that's really the bottom line of that.
Then I talked to people, and they said, "You better tell Lisa about this."
Yeah, if it were $20, no big deal, but $100.
So then we shut it down per Lisa's request. Refunded all the money.
Okay, they set up like TWiT donations, and anything under donations on a for-profit.
Well, we've heard that it's
really
not.
Big
Yeah,
deal.
we used to call them donations. I think you have to say some other word.
It's
I don't think
support.
that's a. People have asked me for a long time to have a tip jar for individual shows. I think we could have an editor's tip jar. Why don't we have just like a bunch of tip jars?
They do. I went to Costco every 3 weeks.
There are tax issues.
Yeah, I don't mind a tip jar for our staff, and I think we take
Pizza Fund.
We take good care of them, but to set up a donations PayPal account is kind of a big deal. You don't do that at a company you're at. I mean, a lot of people.
It's the power. We have this power with this channel that we have to be judicious about using.
Yeah, you have to think about.
But I kind of admire your ingenuity.
They didn't really think about it, but he honestly. Jeff came in and told me.
Hysterical.
I mean, so
hey, Jeff,
I did mean to tell you. It was yesterday. So.
I think it's funny.
I don't think it's too bad.
Keep my job.
You keep your job.
Yes, you took your spanking well.
What would
so
we
I
do?
think you can keep your job.
I think you didn't spank him enough. I think you should spank him some more.
Well, that's a separate tough.
There we go.
That's a separate episode.
Come on, Jeff. One more time.
No. But it really is true. The community would be. I mean, look at obviously $100. The community is thrilled to support you guys.
No, they were very cool about it.
Yeah,
he loves you guys.
I have no problems with them supporting.
We should figure out some way we could.
Loquacious, and this is why Lisa does the business side of things.
Yeah, it is because Leo's.
Well, we gotta be smart about what we do, and
our war. Wow.
But
okay.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, we're all cool, man.
All right.
Yeah, man, we're cool.
So yeah, I meant to tell you about that.
So, engineer Jorge Santana says, "What are your thoughts on Huffington Post Live? Have you seen that yet? Good competition, bad?
I think I don't.
It's not very well done, but it's an interesting.
It's well done, but it's new. So I'm keeping an eye on it. I want to see what happens. I think they'll improve, and I think it could only be good for a round.
Let me hook up my laptop and we'll see what's on right now.
Do you think it's a bad thing? I think it'll help.
No,
because I think we
don't
want
to be the only people doing this.
I feel like we are right now. Well, not really, but I don't think it's a bad thing. So
let's just tune in right now, HuffPo.
What's on
What are they
now?
talking about? They're showing a web page. It's a new. By the way, it's not competition because it's news.
Right. It's a little different. I don't think it's competition.
Is there audio on it? I don't hear any audio.
I don't think it's quite the same format. I don't think it can hurt that more people are going into the realm of trying to do a live platform.
It's a nice looking set, don't you think? That's a nice set.
Yeah.
She's cute. I think what they're discovering. I just read. I haven't seen much of it. What I've seen. I agree with the review in The Guardian that we just talked about by, I can't remember his name, Wolf, in which he said that the problem was lack of talent. And I think that this is what we found as well, is that the most, it's anybody can do this, can build this, can put cameras up. Anybody can create a set and an environment. Finding great people to be on the air is not easy.
Well, it depends on what the forum is. If people are reading off teleprompters, I think you can find a lot more educated people that can read off a teleprompter.
That's what's
and
different
about
audience. Live, and HuffPo Live is trying to do that, which is you got to have people who can talk,
can think,
who are intelligent, who have something to say, who can communicate.
That's harder to find.
The guy in the gardening
head.
said they were all goobers. They call them goobers.
There's nothing wrong with goobers. Goobers actually have a little bit more to say. What's wrong with that? I disagree with that thought.
Do you know what a goober is?
Yes.
You like goobers?
They're similar to nerds, guys.
I guess.
Not too much
I think
further.
we're better than goobers.
Maybe a little better. I guess they're. I don't know. I like people, and if they have something to say, I don't really care what they look like. So there's a geek, a dweeb, and a nerd, and a goober. So what are we saying? The goober's the worst?
Yeah, goobers are like really pretty stupid.
Well, then they need to get some more geeks.
Geeks, the nice thing about geeks is they're smart.
Well,
what
yeah.
makes a person a geek is they're more interested in what goes on above the neck than below the belt.
That's so not true.
So, and on that note, we'd like to thank you for joining us for this fabulous episode of Inside Twit. We had spanking giant heads.
And is there anything else we need to talk about?
There's nothing else we need to talk about.
And body swapping.
And body swapping.
Body swapping.
Tonight on The Revenge of the Body Swappers. Dancing babies next week. We had sumo wrestling.
We had sumo wrestling. So if you guys would please send in, I know I love that outfit. If you can, no money. If you could please let us know what you'd like to see Leo and I do next time, please send it. And we'll surprise you.
We will do a stunt.
Because I think once a month you're going to see something just like that.
I got it. Base jumping off the roof.
I'm off the roof? That's not enough distance.
That's why it's interesting.
I'll take him skydiving. Yeah, let's go. So what if I go? Can we bring a camera? Okay. Well, I'm going to be going in probably about a month. So what should we do next? What?
Really?
Yeah. 15,000 feet.
Why?
You're going to do it.
Are you going to do buddy jump or are you going to do it all solo?
Well, you have to do a buddy jump until you have so many jumps in California.
Glenn Rubenstein,
then you can
yes,
go
sir.
and do it solo.
Max Trollbot shirts, 48 hours left to order.
48 hours left of the Max
So,
Trollbot shirts.
The Max Trollbot shirts are coming off the network. What are we going to add in its place?
Well, don't know, but
All about Android.
don't say because we want to. Everybody should order
We're going to have a new shirt for one of our most popular shows. So we'll see how it is.
Nicely done.
Don't you like that?
Nicely done.
Like how I really gave
Quickly
him anything
get
to think
to
about?
Twit.
Yes, I'm going to wear the cat outfit. Liz is
No,
measuring
I
me
don't care.
today.
You won this bet.
No, I didn't.
How much did we make on Max Trollbot alone?
It's
$500.
Profit.
Yes, I'm getting
He said-
measured.
I like Glenn. In profit?
So Leo and I have decided with the
Zip.
bet we can't agree on who won. So I am wearing the cat outfit and Leo's dressing up like a girl.
Giz with mustache shaving cups. I like it.
If people have ideas for shirts or
This one was generated by Greg.
Right.
So if anybody has an idea, what we will is pick one contribution from you, and we will make it we do it for 30 days. This one, go to Last Chance. Twit.
They want an Aussie shirt too.
Aussie shirt's great, and it's only $18. It's actually very affordable. Twit.spreadshirt.com. Last chance to get your Max Trollbot tee with that one-of-a-kind design by Greg Burnett. This is a beautiful shirt, and you only have 48 hours left, so you've got to hurry. The supplies are limited, and once these are gone, they're gone forever. There'll never be another one. Really, this is a collector's item. Your last chance to get your Max Trollbot. You could get it in black or orange. My suggestion, get both Halloween and the San Francisco Giants. You're ready. And what a deal. Last chance. Hurry. Twit.spreadshirt.com.
You know what? I think we should do a sumo shirt with us on there. Wrestling. You guys.
There may be a copyright issue with that company's sermons.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we need to have one of us sparring.
We should have posed.
And I also think, wait till we get my cat suit and you in a dress. We have to do a total photo shoot. That would be hilarious. So, okay.
Wow.
people can submit shirt ideas to twitartwork@gmail.com.
Twitartwork@gmail.com.
If they have ideas.
Or Glenn at twit.tv. He's going to love me for saying that.
Twitartwork@gmail.com. That's a great idea. Email twitartwork@gmail.com if you've got an idea. And by the way, if we use your idea, we'll send you a couple of shirts free. So
We'll send you a bunch of stuff for free.
Yeah, and various things.
Oh, they want me to crowd surf at Dragon Con in my cat suit. Oh, gosh.
Cosplay.
That would not work out too well for me.
I'd
I
like
can
to
tell.
be Baby Stewie.
Yeah.
If I went to Dragon Con, that's who I'd go as, Baby Stewie.
Oh, my gosh.
Big diaper,
I love Baby Stewie.
football-shaped head. You could just get a football, flesh football.
We should do bobbleheads on our shirt.
I think we should do bobbleheads. I think we should offer.
The colors, designs, don't worry about it. Just send it in, and it doesn't matter. We can pretty much.
Yeah, we'll handle
color.
that part.
The more color, the more expensive the shirt. Just keep that in mind.
They want a Herbert the Pervert T-shirt with my head.
No, that does not sound good. Okay, so send us your ideas too.
See?
Also,
just like that. Yeah.
To Glenn at TWiT.tv, whatever else you want to see Leo and I do next time. So if you want to see him skydive or do something silly here.
Somebody wants to
totally
screw you, Mike
votes.
Arrington shirt. That'd be good.
That would be great.
Does it sell well?
Well, I just think we should come up with something.
Just
fun.
remember, there's only a few hours left to get your Max Trobot tee. Once these are gone, they're gone forever. 3 easy payments of $18.99 each. Thank you, everybody. We get you 3 shirts.
Oh my gosh, love that.
See you, everybody.
All right, thank you, everyone.